I don't know what to say at this point. It's almost comical. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, guys, bust out the brooms again. We went 3-0 on yesterday's video, sweeping all the picks that we discussed in that video once again. That's back-to-back sweeps. The last two videos, we've went 6-0, bringing our overall record in the last several videos to 19-3, guys. We're on an absolute tear, an absolute heater. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, there's a lot of people out there that are watching but not subscribing. You're doing yourself a disjustice, all right? You need to go ahead, get subscribed, slap the like button, and make sure that you turn on all notifications so that you're notified and alerted as soon as I drop a video here. Jonas Valanciunas went over his points and rebounds easily. Herb Jones went over his points and assists easily. And Derek White went over his rebounds and assists easily. Even if you took these after the bumps, guys, you still cashed and profited with me. Now, guys, I am paying bills. I know I'm paying your bills. Those of you who have been tailing my plays here, you guys are making money. You're cashing out with me. Here's your opportunity for you to give back. If you want to be a part of a kick-ass community where we're talking about sports and sports betting, join my Dub Club. Let's win more together. It's only $20 a month, 67 cents per day. I can't really make it any cheaper than that. I've already paid your Dub Club in full for the first month at least. I know I have, just through these videos, just through the picks that I've dropped in these YouTube videos that I drop each and every day for you guys. I know that I've done that much, at least paid your $20 first month off, all right? So do the right thing. Show some love, show some support to your boy. The absolute heater continues, 19-3, like I said, over our last several videos. We're gonna try and keep it going tonight. I'll be honest with you though, today, we've only got 2 NBA games once again, and the pickings were slim, so to speak. Not a lot of value out there, but we're gonna try and do our best. So let's head over to the PrizePicks board. Like I said, I got 3 of them queued up and ready to break down for you once again, like I do each and every video. So we're going to start things off here with Chris Middleton at 16.5 points and rebounds. He's going up against the New York Knicks. Should be a pretty fun and competitive game. First and foremost, we're going to head over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and take a peek and see if this is a plus EV play, positive expected value. Get familiar with those terms. We're looking for plays that are juiced up on the books that give us pretty good odds of hitting over on a site like PrizePicks. So in this case, we've got Middleton at a 52.67% chance to go over 16.5 points and rebounds, giving us true or fair odds of -131 that he actually does exceed 16.5 points and rebounds. And here's a good sign. FanDuel's already got him up at 17.5 points and rebounds, meaning they're probably a step ahead of everybody else. They're ahead of the curve here. You're going to probably see other sports books get in line behind FanDuel and begin to increase Chris Middleton's line from 16.5 PR to 17.5 PR. So let's get ahead of the game here and let's take a look at this Chris Middleton prop. We're going to go over to props.cash, and yes, I use this tool each and every day. For those of you who are watching for the first time, props.cash is one of those tools where you can really like dig deep and look at all the individual player, projections, and you can look at the game logs and you can see how often a player's hit, gone over, gone under, and it's packed with so many different features. So if you want to check out props.cash, I've left a link for you down in the description below. Code Curry saves you 25% off your first month. Give it a try if you haven't yet. And you're going to see what it can do right here and right now. So 16 games this season. Chris Middleton, 16.5 points and rebounds. He's gone over in 9 out of 16 games. The first 3 games, he started off kind of cold, but since then, I mean, he's really been on a nice little run here. So he's got 9 hits out of his last 10, 11, 12, 13 games. So he's really 9 out of his last 13. So the hit rates have been pretty exceptional here at 16.5 points and rebounds. You could also take a look at his previous matchup. He played the New York Knicks once already. He had 21 points and rebounds in that game. That was on November the 3rd. So we know that he's capable and able of going over 16.5 points and rebounds versus New York. So now that we know that, it's a plus EV play, pretty decent hit rates here at 16.5 points and rebounds. Let's go take a look at some projection models like we've been doing in our previous videos and see if those are in line with Chris Middleton going over 16.5 points and rebounds. And the first projection is a nice healthy one, 17.9 points and rebounds, nearly 18. Of course, if he gets a 17 points and rebounds, we cash, but he's projected for almost 18 in this case. So that's a great first projection. So let's check a second one. I like to look at as many different projection models as I can. Each model's a little bit different. As you can see, this projection model, which is RotoWire, they've got him at 17.5 points and rebounds, one whole PR higher than where his line currently sits at 16.5. So we got two different projections, two nice overs of 1 PR or higher. So let's run a third and final projection. In this case, this is NumberFire. NumberFire is a free site for you guys to go and check out. So we punch in Chris Middleton's points, which are at 13.2, and then we add in the rebounds, which brings him to a grand total today of 18.1 points and rebounds. So things are looking pretty good here early on for Chris Middleton. I think there's going to be a definite bump to 17, maybe even 17.5 points and rebounds when it's all said and done. So we're going to head over to PrizePicks in this case. If you're not playing on PrizePicks, guys, make your first deposit. Use my promo code Curry. I've left a link down in the description for you. And then you guys can get up to a 100% instant deposit match all the way up to $100. So they're going to match you dollar for dollar up to that $100 threshold. So take advantage. And maybe you want to make your first pick on your first entry on PrizePicks, Chris Middleton over 16.5 points and rebounds. I mean, if you don't like Chris Middleton or you think this is going to be a tough matchup or you have your own personal reasons, then you could always take Chris Middleton under or just fade it. But I think this one's going to be a good one, one that reaches 17, maybe 17.5 points and rebounds. Staying in the points and rebounds category, we're going to be looking at D'Angelo Russell of the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, LeBron James is currently listed as questionable, but he's been questionable for like, what, the last 2-3 weeks, maybe the entire season. He's probably going to play against Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns tonight. So let's take a look at this play anyway. D'Angelo Russell for 16.5 points and rebounds. Again, we're going to head over to props.cash and we're just going to take a look at the game logs here for D'Lo. Now, D'Lo's done a really good job. 14 out of 21 times he has gone over 16.5 points and rebounds. That's a 67% hit rate. 20.5 points plus rebounds per game average. And you notice that he's kind of a bounce back type of player, right? He'll have kind of a down game. You see these red bars in here. Usually he doesn't have two bad games in a row. He's only gone like under this in back-to-back games just once this season. So normally when he comes off of a pretty bad game, he usually snaps back and bounces back in a big way. Like I said, he missed this one. Then he went on a 4-game streak of going over. Then he fell under, went on a 3-game streak, fell under again, close, but he lost to the hook. Then he put together a 3-game streak and went over. Had a bad game here, bounced back with 2 good ones. Had 2 bad ones, bounced back with 2 good ones. You kind of see what I'm saying though, right? You kind of see what I'm saying about D'Angelo Russell. He's a guy that typically bounces back whenever he comes off of a bad game. So taking a look at games against the Phoenix Suns, he's actually already played the Suns twice this season. He put up 18 points and rebounds in their first meeting back on October 26th, 22 points and rebounds in their second meeting, which was more recent, November the 10th. So he's 2 for 2 against the Suns, going over his points and rebounds line. Another thing that kind of caught my eye here is when D'Angelo Russell plays at home, he actually seems to kind of cover this line a little bit better than when he's on the road. He's played in 10 games in front of the Los Angeles Lakers fans, and he's gone over in 7 out of 10 games. That's a 70% hit rate and a 21.4 points and rebounds per game average over that 10-game span. So things are looking nice here, right? I mean, it looks pretty darn good to me. So let's go see if this is a plus EV play. We're going to look on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here. And when we do that, we've got about a 52.5% chance that D'Angelo Russell is going to go over 16.5. And kind of like our guy, Chris Middleton, 17.5 points and rebounds over here on FanDuel already. FanDuel's already ahead of the game once again, like they were with Chris Middleton. They went ahead and moved D'Angelo Russell's lineup 1 full point and rebound. And again, I think you're going to see other sports books catch on here that maybe that 16.5 point and rebound opening line for D'Angelo Russell was just a tad bit too low. And you might see him get jacked up to 17.5 PR before it's all said and done. So let's get ahead of the curve here and maybe we get in on some D'Angelo Russell while he's still down at 16.5 points and rebounds. So we're going to do what we just did with Chris Middleton. We're going to look at D'Angelo Russell's projected points and rebounds. And I think you guys will be pleased to see these projections and just how high they are for D'Lo to go over tonight. The first projection is going to be 18.9. Again, all we need is 17. He's projected for nearly 19 on Fantasy Labs. So let's head over to RotoWire. We've got a healthy Fantasy Labs projection. What does RotoWire have him at? Even higher, my friends. 21.2 points and rebounds on a line of 16.5. They got him going for over 21 PR tonight against the Phoenix Suns. So two really strong projections on D'Angelo Russell. Let's see if we can get a third projection here that has D'Lo looking quite ripe for the picking. 17.1 points, right? Plus, we add in the rebounds, 3.2. And here you go again, a third projection of more than 20 points and rebounds. This line of 16.5 PR just seems way too low. Way too low. Too good a value for me to pass up. So, of course, I'm going to suggest that you take the over on D'Angelo Russell. We looked at the data together. I don't see a reason why we would want to take the under. He's in a great bounce back spot against a team that he's covered already 2 out of 2 times this season. And he's projected for sky-high numbers, 20 or more PR on every single projection model. So, hey, I think it looks good. I'm just going with the data like I do. The last pick, kind of one that I would say is an honorable mention. Kind of like Herb Jones yesterday. Now, Herb Jones ended up smashing. So, you know, even though I called him an honorable mention, he took offense to that and decided he was going to blow his points and assists line out of the water. Maybe Josh Hart will do the same, but I had Josh Hart originally at 7.5 rebounds and assists. That has been pulled from the PrizePicks board. So if you can find Josh Hart's rebounds and assists line at 7.5 somewhere, I really do like the over on that. But in this case, we've pivoted off of that line because it's no longer available on PrizePicks, and we're looking at Josh Hart at 5.5 rebounds instead. So first thing we're gonna do, let's go see if it's a plus EV play. And you know, if I'm talking about it, that it probably is, but I want to show you just how good of a chance he has to hit. Now, I wish this number was a little bit higher, 51.6% chance of him going over, true odds of -125 to clear 5.5 rebounds. Now, Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in all the land, has him at a -130 to go over 5.5 rebounds. And I think that's a pretty good sign that the best, sharpest sports book out there already has him up at -130 to clear 5.5 rebounds. So again, I probably like the rebounds and assists a little bit more. I think it was a little bit more juiced up than just the rebounds, but we're going to settle for just the rebounds in this case. Now, let me show you the game logs for Josh Hart here. 5.5 boards. He's actually cleared this at a pretty healthy clip. 63% hit rate, 12 of 19 for the season. So he's averaging 6.2 rebounds per game. His line's 5.5, so pretty healthy number here in terms of the average versus the line. Yeah, I mean, just over the last 5 games, he's gone over in 4 out of the last 5. He's also got game logs against the Milwaukee Bucks. Just one, but that one game that he played against the Bucks, my man pulled in 10 rebounds. We need 6. He pulled in 10. So even if he regresses just a little bit down to 7, 6 boards, I mean, that's plenty for us to clear the over at 5.5 here. So I think Josh Hart's a pretty decent look. Now, if you wanted to kind of take those rebounds and assists that I was talking about, he's also got really good hit rates at 7.5 rebounds and assists, 12 of 19. That's a 63% hit rate. So keep your eye on that one. If you could still find it somewhere at 7.5 rebounds and assists, I think that makes for a very fine play as well. He did have 15 total rebounds and assists in his previous matchup versus the Milwaukee Bucks. So there you go. 2 different ways you can play Josh Hart in this case. So now that we know that's a plus EV play and it's got good hit rates, good historical head-to-head hit rates as well, let's go check out some projections here for Josh Hart. So we're going back to Fantasy Labs, and Fantasy Labs has Josh Hart projected for a healthy 6. We need 6 or better when we go check these projection models just to feel a little bit more confident in the pick, right? We like to look at these projection models and they make us feel all warm and fuzzy inside, hopefully, if the projections are looking good. So Fantasy Labs has him at 6. RotoWire's got him at 6.75, nearly 7 rebounds. So things are looking up and up here for Josh Hart. Let's also go check our third and final projection, which is going to be brought to you by Numberfire's got him all the way up at 7.2 boards here, gang. So I could definitely see a situation where Josh Hart gets bumped up, maybe not to 6.5, but maybe he goes from 5.5 up to a even 6 rebounds on PrizePicks. So before that happens, let's go ahead and make sure we lock in the value by taking Josh Hart for more than 5.5 boards. But that's it for me. Those are your 3 picks. Chris Middleton at 16.5 points and rebounds, D'Angelo Russell at 16.5 points and rebounds, and Josh Hart at 5.5 rebounds. Are you liking any of these, some of these, or none of these? Let me know down in the comment section below which one's your favorite, or if you have some pick that maybe I didn't discuss, one that you've got your eye on. I always like to hear what you guys are cooking up. So leave a comment down below. I try to comment back to everybody who's left a comment. And then once again, I'm gonna recommend you guys hit the subscribe button, like button, and make sure you turn on all notifications. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers. I want to wake up and see this number at 15,000. Get subscribed, help your boy out, and I'm going to continue posting winning picks for you right here on this YouTube channel. Till then, good luck on all your bets. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.